Some have heard of Juneteenth, others haven't. But it's a day for many that represents the long and overdue struggle for freedom that our country was founded on. So I went to Fort Monroe to learn more about the day and why it means so much to American history. All American history seems to trace back to here at Fort Monroe.
Fort Monroe has so much significance when you're trying to understand the making of America.
The place where African slaves were first brought in 1619 and the place that earned the nickname Freedom's Fortress after a Union general allowed 3 slaves that sought refuge here to stay as contraband.
In 1861, you have this contraband decision allowing freedom seekers refuge, and they were followed by thousands, not only here at Fort Monroe, but across the country.
That helped lead to the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 and eventually the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery in early 1865. But it wasn't until months later, June 19, 1865, when the news finally reached those furthest away in Galveston, Texas.
Juneteenth was a time of celebration, a time of freedom and liberation for enslaved people in Texas, and it just became a time of freedom.
A time of freedom and importance that's significant to all Americans, according to State Senator Mamie Locke.
So that's America's history. And so African American history is America's history. So when the Union soldiers went to Galveston, Texas, and told those enslaved people that they were indeed free, that too became a part of American history. So as we commemorate Juneteenth, we are commemorating a part of America's history.
Locke, who spoke at the governor's press conference earlier this week, says it shows that Virginia is no longer waiting around to make rightful changes for the Black community.
The cause of freedom and liberation should not always be slow and deliberate, and it should not always be around having to protest for it or having to fight for it. It should be about just the recognition of our humanity. And I think that the governor acknowledging Juneteenth as a state holiday recognizes that humanity.
So this Juneteenth may be different for you, or it could be your first time celebrating. Regardless, it's a chance to remember all those who came before and celebrate something in history that brought us closer together.
Juneteenth is really a moment for us to reflect on that, which is so relevant today.
Senator Locke says that some might see this as a day off, but she says, like the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, people should see this as a day on where they give back to their community. Now, if you'd like to learn more about emancipation history at Fort Monroe or through the National Park Service, we have links over on WAVY.com. In Portsmouth, I'm Dixon, 10 on your side.